How are you?
Not bad.
Not
We're
bad.
pretty good, thanks. How about you?
Wow, good. Okay. What's up? What's new? What's going on in your life?
What can going on in moms' lives? Children's duty.
Children's duty. Okay. Is your son going to the kindergarten?
Yes, today after weekend he went there, and teacher called me in afternoon and say, please come in. The nose of your son is sneezing. Take him back home.
I'm so sad to hear it. I hope you'll get better.
No, there's nothing serious. I think just I don't know, maybe allergy, maybe something like that.
Maybe allergy, right? Allergy is also possible.
But we need to visit doctor again.
Oh, yeah. All right. Sergey, what about you? How are you? What's going on in your life?
At the same page, work under pressure. I did Venezuela in the software engineering field.
Mm-hmm. Do you study now or do you work?
Yes, I am employed today.
Mm-hmm. All right. Okay, good. So guys, today we are going to watch another TED Talk video. Have you watched it before?
I watched
it. Sure.
Good. So the topic is how innovation and technology can fight global hunger. Are you interested in such humanitarian and such social topics?
I think a little bit which topics related with our interest, maybe, yeah.
Yeah, also innovation and technology, yes, that's very interesting. Okay, let's watch. It's a little bit long, 6 minutes. So we're going to watch it only one time and then we're going to discuss it. All right. Watch and write down the vocabulary you liked or the ideas you liked, and then we'll discuss it.
Perfect.
When you think about innovation and technology, you're most likely thinking about the latest app on your smartphone, or maybe you think about rockets going into space. But what about some of the world's biggest challenges, like global hunger or climate change? They can seem overwhelming, or maybe you just think there should be a non-profit organization that takes care of that. But why is it that we think so traditionally about some of the world's biggest challenges? I believe innovation and technology can help tackle some of the world's biggest challenges. The barrier is our own thinking, and there's something about this where big global challenges are no different than big global business challenges. So let's change that. Let's talk about one of those topics, global hunger. Hunger may seem like a remote problem for you, but the effects of it are pretty drastic. Hunger means you do not have enough calories on a daily basis to live a healthy life. And there is up to 811 million people on the planet who are hungry. So what can we do about it? I think innovation and technology is the answer. A couple of years ago, a friend and I realized that the United Nations World Food Programme can feed a child for a full day for only 80 cents. We were shocked. We thought, if more people knew about this, if we made it easy, imagine you're having dinner with your friends and you're enjoying yourselves. Wouldn't you want to share your meal with a child in need? And that's exactly why we founded an app called Share the Meal. It's so simple. With one tap on your smartphone, you can share your meal with a child in need for only 80 cents. And I'm excited to tell you, it's working. Over 130 million meals have been shared so far by 6 million app users across the globe. And Share the Meal was even an App of the Year in 2020 by both Apple and Google. When we started Share the Meal, we had to push really hard to make it a reality. There just weren't so many support mechanisms out there to support social entrepreneurs. When you compare it, for instance, with the number of startup accelerators for for-profit ventures. Coming from that inspiration, I got the opportunity to start the World Food Programme's Innovation Accelerator, exactly with the goal of replicating what Silicon Valley does well, but for global social impact. It's a startup accelerator that supports startups and nonprofit innovations globally and helps them scale to disrupt global hunger. So let's look at two of those examples. The first one is about blockchain. Now, when you think about blockchain, you may think about Bitcoin or cryptocurrencies, but that's not how we think of it. We use blockchain technology so that refugees can go into stores and purchase food. It's an innovation called building blocks. And why blockchain? Blockchain helps because it's not my blockchain or your blockchain, it's the neutral blockchain network. And that way it makes collaboration among 8 organizations much easier. And how does it work? Every month, 8 organizations transfer money to individual blockchain accounts. And then that individual can go into a store, shop for the groceries, and at the checkout, they pay with the iris scan or with another authentication method. That innovation had first been submitted to us by a World Food Programme finance officer who participated in our innovation bootcamp. He then developed a prototype and tested it only 2 months after starting in Pakistan with about 100 people. And the next pilot was already with 10,000 refugees in Jordan. And that was so successful that that solution scaled to over 100,000 people within 7 months. And right now, Building Blocks is reaching about 1 million people, transferring over $300 million of cash to people in urgent need of food. And here's another example. Did you know that cornflakes and a lot of other cereals have added vitamins and minerals? That's called food fortification when you add critical nutrients to staple foods we eat every day. That's particularly important when people do not have access to a healthy diet, or maybe they cannot afford it. This is where a social business called Sanku comes in. Sanku has developed an internet-enabled machine that fortifies maize flour at small mills in Africa. Now, they have a market-based model that helps provide fortified, nutritious flour to their clients of the small mills at no additional cost. Right now, it's reaching up to 3 million people and scaling further. So, does it work? Can accelerated innovation and technology help us tackle some of the world's biggest challenges? When we first started the World Food Programme Innovation Accelerator, it seemed like a crazy idea that innovation and technology can help us make a meaningful impact on global hunger. But since starting in 2015, we've consistently doubled the number of people reached every year through the innovations that we've supported. In 2021, we've positively impacted the lives of 8.6 million people already. And now we even run accelerator programs for other global problems like primary healthcare, vaccine delivery, or gender equality. Imagine what the impact could be if you take action today as an individual, as a company, or maybe as a startup founder. Innovation and technology can enable so much good in the world, and together we can solve the world's biggest challenges. Thank you.
Learning how to effectively share your best ideas creates
Okay.
opportunities for both you and your audience.
Good. Then let's discuss it. So, do you believe that innovation and technology they can help fight global hunger?
Seems to be yes, according to this topic.
Okay, in which way?
Because by using innovation and technology, people produced an app which helps those in need to receive money, and then they can feed themselves.
Right. What about you, Sergey?
I think we have the digital education. It helps many people catch new knowledge, which help themselves to grow someone. Yeah.
All right.
Digital education. Yeah.
Okay. Do you actually know those apps like Share the Meal, that organization Sanko, and there was about blockchain technologies that they were speaking. Have you come across with these companies or these applications? Have you ever used them?
Honestly, before our meetings, I read an article in Medium, and there I read too about the meal applications, but I don't understand how it works, and I have no idea.
I didn't use any application, but I follow one blogger. Every week she posts some children who are in need to collect money for operation, for example, or to treat some disease, and she gives bank number which I can send any sum of money and help them.
So this is nice, right? That's nice. That's about charity, right? Right? Do you know the word charity?
She used this word Charity Friday, but I forgot.
Charity, Sergey, do you know this word?
Милосердие, нет?
I forgot to.
Пожертвование, да?
Пожертвование, точно.
Пожертвование и благотворительность. Right, that's correct. And again, I want to remind you that when we talk about our experience, what we have done in our life, or what we haven't done in our lives, it's better to use present perfect. Я никогда не использовала, да, это лучше через present perfect идти. Да, I have never used this app. Посмотрите, когда его лучше использовать, но вот именно в этом случае мой опыт к данному моменту, то I've never used this app present perfect. All right. So in this video, they were talking about such problems as global hunger and climate change. Do you think, what do you think? Are these important problems in our lives, or what do you know about them? Have you ever been engaged in any kind of organizations which deal with these problems?
I can tell only about global hunger, but I'm very shocked that there are so many children who face with this problem. Before, when I have no child, it just sounds bad. But after I give birth and I understand how much really little child eat, it is very little, very small portion, and not so many food he need to eat. And even this, they have no opportunity to eat, and this makes me shocked.
This makes me shocked. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, they say that for some people it is a remote problem. What does it mean, a remote problem? Remote, знаете, такой есть device, remote controller, to switch on and switch off your TV. Пульт, да? Пульт дистанционного управления. И вот remote problem means отдаленная проблема. So for some people, it may sound as a remote problem. However, they usually lead to drastic consequences. Это все вокабуляр из видео, да, то, что мы с вами слушали. Drastic, lead, вести, drastic, like terrible, terrifying, and consequences, results. Вести к ужасающим последствиям.
At this moment in video, he speaks so fast that I didn't understand this phrase, to lead to drastic consequences.
Yeah, I mean, that's a very nice phrase. You can use it everywhere in your topics, in your writings. That's a nice phrase to talk about social matters. Then another phrase I liked was global social impact. And mind that we need a preposition on after the impact. For example, to make an impact on global hunger. To make an impact on something. Do you know the meaning?
I guess it's a lack of education, maybe.
It's a lot of what? Can you repeat it?
Lack of education.
Okay.
Ограничение в образовании.
The translation, you mean?
I mean, that's the reason.
The reason. Okay, and you understand the meaning of the phrase, right?
I'm not sure, but I have no idea, and I'm not sure. I think I'm misunderstanding.
Yeah. Look.
Does it connect with the word empatia?
No.
Или нет?
No.
In Russian.
This
No?
is empathy.
Влияние.
That's empathy you're talking about. That's
So
something different.
impact is like влияние?
Да. To make an impact, влияние, on global hunger. Global social impact. Another word. So what can we do?
I think it's it's climate change.
Climate change.
Yeah, climate change.
Right. What else makes an impact on global hunger and climate change?
Global warming, I think, can also contribute to manipulation in the sense that farmers rely on crop yields in order to provide for their familiars who have a quite hard time. Something like this.
Yes.
I think this may lead to a state where there will be not enough water, for example.
You know, once I was so shocked to learn what actually makes an impact on global hunger. So you know those fields of crops, да, поля с зернами, зерновые поля. A huge amount of them are created for animals and others, like cows, goats, like whoever, so that people could eat meat. And instead of feeding those animals, these fields could be used to feed children in need in Africa and everywhere. That's,
if to my opinion, I'm thinking that
in my
really,
opinion, that is a
in my opinion, I think that really it happens because of the way how people rule themselves.
rule. What do you mean by rule?
I mean governing, like government, president of any countries, if to collect all food that we have, and if to look for how Earth can produce the food, it can produce so enough that everyone can be fed. But because some people have power to give this food to someone or not to give, and to make economical situation bad in some countries, this leads to global hunger most, I think.
Yes, I agree with you. All right, another actually nice phrase was to be in urgent need of food, to be in need of something, to be in urgent, and another word which wasn't from the video, to be in dire need of food. Like it means to be in a terrible need of food.
Could you repeat, please, your question again?
My question. So far, I didn't have any question. I just shared the vocabulary with you. Okay. Okay. Maybe my another question I may ask you about these programs that are running nowadays about this global hunger and climate change. Do you believe they make an impact, a real impact on our world, or do you believe they are like it's a fake, or they don't bring good results? What do you believe in about all these programs?
If according to the video, he gives some interesting numbers, but
yes, the man is really interesting, right? He gives numbers, he gives proof, доказательства.
Yes, how it works, and really that's very interesting, that if you have dinner with your friends and you can share your meal with a child in need, in urgent need of food, you will do it, of course, if you are a kind person, and from you it don't need too much effort, but for this child it will be very important.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. Another nice vocabulary I've seen was to tackle challenges. To tackle challenges. Do you know this phrase? The man said it in the video, to tackle challenges.
No.
Okay, the noun challenges, you know, right? Challenges are some problems or some tasks that we need to overcome. Испытания,
Okay.
right? And to tackle means to solve them. Да, решить проблемы, пройти испытания.
And there is an American English in this way.
No, I think the man is a foreigner because he had a very nice, actually it seemed to me like he had a German accent, but his surname is, I don't know, Polish, or I don't know, but he's not a native speaker.
Mm-hmm.
So he speaks neutral, he speaks neutral English.
So neutral that sometimes I didn't understand him.
No, but still he was good. He was good.
Yeah.
It wasn't bad at all. To tackle challenges. All right. Right. If you have any interesting sources about what can be done about global hunger or climate change, you can all share in our group, and maybe someone will feel like joining your group and also share maybe something. Or if you know more about technology and innovation, like Sergey, as you said, you read an interesting article, you can also share it. By the way, also thank you for sharing some things in our group, Sergey. That's very nice. Nice of you. Right. So you can all share it in our group. Do you have any questions about this topic? Anything you'd like to ask?
Yeah, I have a question. I think, into your opinion, or how do you think, what's the main tools or the solution we have today for to solve this global hunger problems?
Well, if you ask me, I mean,
Yeah.
I don't trust, to be honest. I don't trust most of the charity associations. I don't know, maybe it's bad, but especially in Turkey, you should be very, very careful who you donate money to. To donate money, пожертвовать.
Okay.
But жертвовать деньги. But I know very nice organization, which I 100% trust. Also, it feeds people in Donetsk. And I do donate money there. I mean, I trust. I trust it. But again, it's very difficult to find a very good organization.
We can start from ourselves. If we see someone in need, we can help.
Yes,
Friends. In Russia, especially, some old people receive very little money when they are retired.
Да.
Yeah, and so if we know such people personally, I think we can help them.
Yes, that's right. Okay, guys, thank you for your participation. I enjoyed talking to you, and hopefully see you next Tuesday on our speaking club. All right.
Thank you very much. Have a nice evening.
Yes, have a nice evening.
Bye-bye.
And bye-bye.
Have a nice day. Bye bye. See you.